God says, stop scrolling. This is not a coincidence. This message was sent directly from heaven to reach you because something was just exposed. You've been protected from a setup planned by two people you trusted, and they share your blood. Pause. Breathe. Let me speak to you. You are not here by mistake. You are not listening to this message by accident. Tap the like button and hit subscribe right now to unlock this divine message and receive the blessings God has prepared just for you. I've seen the tears. I've watched you wrestle with silence. I've heard the thoughts you couldn't even say out loud. And now I am speaking clearly because the danger you were sensing, it was real. But you were shielded. You were covered. You were protected. There were two people. Two family members, people you would have defended, people you would have given your last to, people you thought would never, ever betray you. But behind closed doors, they were making plans, whispering, smiling to your face, but rehearsing betrayal in the shadows. I know it hurts. I know it stings to even imagine their names right now. But child, listen, their plan didn't work. Their scheme fell apart because I stood in the gap for you. They tried to corner you emotionally. They tried to humiliate you. They wanted to turn others against you. They thought if they twisted the story enough, no one would listen to your truth. But I was already 10 steps ahead. Before they whispered your name in slander, I covered you. Before they tried to mess with your money, your mind, or your name, I sent angels. And you may not even realize it yet, but I kept you from the setup. Have you been feeling restless lately? Anxious? Like something just wasn't right? That was me. That was my spirit alerting you. That tug on your heart? That discomfort when you were around certain people? That's called discernment. I gave it to you because I wanted you to wake up before they struck. And now you know. You weren't crazy. You weren't dramatic. You were chosen. You were being warned. You were being rescued quietly. They knew your soft spots. They knew where you were tired, where you were vulnerable. They were trying to use that. They saw how generous you are, how forgiving, how patient. And they mistook your kindness for weakness. They thought you wouldn't see it coming. They thought you'd keep giving. But heaven stepped in, because enough is enough, because I love you too much to let them destroy your peace. Comment I claim this if this message feels meant for you. Some of the betrayal in your life isn't just about this moment. It's about what you were born to do. You're here to break cycles. You're the one in your family chosen to stop the pattern of manipulation, to stop the pattern of lies, to stop the silent jealousy that runs deep in bloodlines. That's why you're being attacked. That's why you were the target. Because your light unsettles the darkness in them. Because your healing threatens the dysfunction they still cling to. Now that you know, you must walk in truth. Don't ignore what I've revealed. Don't pretend it didn't happen. Don't go back just to feel accepted. Truth is your weapon now. And I am walking with you through this season of clarity. Yes, it's painful. Yes, it feels lonely. But what's coming next is divine alignment. I had to separate you from the wrong ones so I could bring in the right ones. You don't need to seek revenge. You don't need to fight fire with fire. The same way I exposed the setup, I will expose the hearts behind it. Watch how things unfold. Watch how their own words will trap them. Watch how the truth rises, because I am not finished defending you. I don't need you to scream your innocence. I've already declared it in heaven. And soon, even your enemies will see it. You were spared. You were hidden in plain sight. What they tried to do would have shattered someone else, but I made you stronger. You're not just a survivor. You're a sign of what divine protection looks like. You've been through fire, but you're still glowing. You've been lied on, but you still speak truth. You've been left out, but you still love. That's why you're favored. That's why they couldn't stop you. Because no setup can block what I've already sealed. You don't even know the full extent of what I've done for you. There are conversations I blocked, phone calls I interrupted, messages I hid from your eyes, because I knew what they would do to your heart. Trust me when I say, this was just the beginning of your breakthrough, and everything they meant to harm you, I'm turning into a blessing. I will use even their betrayal as fuel for your purpose, because you've remained faithful, because you've kept loving even while bleeding. I am sending new connections, new favor, new strength, new vision. Your name is about to be honored where it was once disrespected. Doors that were shut because of lies are about to swing wide open in your favor. You won't need to knock. You won't need to beg. I'm sending provision straight to your doorstep. I know it hurts. I know it feels like a dream turned into a nightmare. But don't let their betrayal become your bitterness. Forgive. Not for them, but for your freedom. Don't let what they did block what I'm trying to do next. Comment blessed if you know God is opening new doors for you. Let go of the weight. Lay it at my feet. I am your healer, and I will make it right. You are in a sacred moment. You are moving from exposure to elevation, from betrayal to blessing, from confusion to clarity. And I am walking beside you through it all. Every tear I've caught, every sigh I've heard, every unspoken question I've answered just now, because I love you, because I chose you, because you are mine. Even in the dark room I was with you. Even in the silence I was singing over you. Even in the betrayal I was building your protection. You were never alone. You've always been surrounded. You've always been carried. You've always been seen. So hear me, child of heaven. You're going to rise from this. You're going to be stronger after this. You're going to love again, wiser, braver, more whole. And most of all, you're going to see with your own eyes that I don't just save. I restore, I rebuild, I redeem. You've been protected. Now you will be promoted. You've been betrayed. Now you will be blessed. You've been doubted. Now you will be divinely confirmed. Because I, the Lord your God, am not finished writing your story. And this chapter will become the proof of your survival, of your calling, of your faith, and of my endless love for you. You are still chosen, still protected, still destined for greatness. The setup failed. The truth won. And now it's time to heal and move forward in victory. I am with you, now and always. This was my message for you. Don't ignore it. Don't forget it. Let it sink deep into your soul, because what comes next is going to be nothing short of divine. You've been through enough pain already. That's why I stepped in. That's why I blocked what you couldn't see. There were documents being discussed, conversations behind doors you weren't invited into. But my angels stood guard. They tried to remove your name. They tried to make you invisible. But I stamped your name in the heavenly record, and what I've ordained cannot be erased by human hands. It was an opportunity they didn't want you to receive, a blessing they wanted to claim for themselves. They thought if they kept you out of the loop, you'd miss your moment. But child, I don't operate on their timelines. I don't consult your enemies before I bless you. I don't need permission to open the heavens over your life. So I rerouted the blessing. I rerouted the breakthrough. I made sure it found its way to you anyway. Even if they never intended it to reach you, it has your name on it. And no amount of jealousy can undo what I've already declared. You've been feeling tired. Not just physically, but emotionally. Because there's a weight that comes from betrayal. There's a heaviness when it comes from those you love. But hear me. That weight is lifting. Right now, as you receive this message, I'm removing what they tried to place on you. The shame, the guilt, the silence, the fear. It's falling off, one layer at a time. You don't have to carry it anymore. You don't have to pretend you're okay anymore. I'm healing the wound they left. I'm touching the part of your heart they ignored. You thought they didn't notice the pain they caused. You thought they didn't care. But I noticed. I cared. And that's why I'm here now, speaking to you directly. Comment I receive it if you're ready for your miracle, because I want you to know you were worth saving. You were worth defending. You were worth protecting. You've asked me questions in the dark. Why did they do this to me? Why did the people I love hurt me the most? And child, my answer is this. Sometimes people break what they don't understand. Sometimes they attack what they secretly admire. And sometimes the enemy uses the closest people to try and bring you down. But I turned the trap into testimony. I turned their scheme into strength. I turned the darkness into direction. Because what they meant for evil, I'm using for good. You're not just going to survive this. You're going to rise with power, with clarity, with peace. You're going to look back and say, that was the moment God revealed the truth. That was the moment God pulled me out. That was the moment everything changed. Your story is shifting. Your name is rising. Your peace is returning. Your confidence is being restored. Even as they try to explain, excuse, or hide, you won't need to argue. You won't need to prove anything. Because truth reveals itself in silence, and light always exposes darkness. You don't have to go back to who you were before this. You're being reborn into a new version of yourself. A wiser version, a stronger version, a protected, anointed version. And no one can take that away. Let them talk. Let them twist stories. Let them gather and plan again. But remember, you are not alone. Heaven is on your side. And every time they gather against you, they are gathering in vain. I've already shut every door they tried to open behind your back. I've already exposed every hidden motive. And now, it's time for your life to reflect the favor you've been walking in silently. The world is about to see what I've been doing in secret. You are going to shine. Not because of revenge, but because of redemption. Not because of proof, but because of purpose. Not because of drama, but because of divine justice. This is a new season. This is a holy unveiling. You're stepping into your divine assignment, and the ones who tried to block your steps will have to watch you walk with glory, with peace, with power, with a smile that they couldn't steal, with joy they never gave, and with blessings that only I could release. Take this moment and breathe. Breathe in my love. Breathe in my mercy. Breathe in my protection. This is not the end. This is the beginning. This is your confirmation. You didn't imagine it. You didn't make it up. You weren't paranoid. Your spirit was responding to what your heart could not explain. You were being warned. You were being guided. You were being kept. And now you're being moved forward. Without them. Without their approval. Without their manipulation. Let me take it from here. You've carried the weight long enough. You've stayed silent long enough. Now I will speak for you. Now I will act for you. Now I will reward you. Because you kept your heart soft. You kept your mouth from speaking evil. You kept praying even when it hurt. You kept believing even when they lied. And heaven has not forgotten. I have not forgotten. Your reward is coming. And it will silence every doubt, every rumor, every scheme. You are chosen. You are protected. You are surrounded. And most of all, you are deeply, endlessly loved. Let them keep their secrets. You carry your light. Let them play their games. You walk in truth. Let them stay stuck in cycles. You rise in freedom. Because, child, you've been saved for a reason. You've been covered for a purpose. and you're about to see why. Tonight, peace is coming to your house. Peace is coming to your heart. Peace is coming to your heart. Peace is coming to your sleep. You won because I fought for you, and I never lose. You don't have to live looking over your shoulder anymore. You don't have to second guess everyone's intentions anymore. You don't have to keep questioning your worth. I have settled it. I have declared it. And what I have spoken over your life, no man, no woman, no family member can undo. You are not who they said you are. You are who I say you are. You are not the version of the story they told. You are the truth that I am revealing. And soon everyone will see. They will see the favor. They will see the light. They will see the doors open that were slammed in your face. They will see the grace that carried you when no one stood beside you. You don't need revenge. You don't need to explain yourself anymore. I am your defense. I am your restoration. I am the one. Rewriting your name in places where it was once removed. Let me show them who you really are. Let me raise you in a way that no one can deny. You will be respected again. You will be heard again. You will be honored again. Because you chose love instead of hate. You chose prayer instead of gossip. You chose trust instead of retaliation. And that did not go unseen. I saw every silent act of faith. I saw the times you cried alone and still said, God, I trust you. That's why this blessing will be undeniable. It will be loud. It will be sudden. It will be surprising, even to you. I'm going to do something in your life that will make even your enemies say there was no way that happened unless God did it, because I will get the glory from your story. The pain had a purpose. The betrayal had a reason. The silence had power. And now the reward will have weight. You're about to walk into a season of divine reversal, where everything they tried to destroy, I'm going to restore. Better, stronger, wiser, brighter, more powerful than before. You won't just recover, you'll overflow. The setup failed because I stood in the middle. Because I shielded you when you didn't even know you were in danger. Because you have a calling that cannot be stopped. There is more ahead for you. There is light ahead for you. There is peace waiting for you. And I'm clearing the path now. I'm removing distractions. I'm separating you from anyone who secretly wished for your fall. I'm surrounding you with divine protection, holy appointments, sacred connections, and soul-healing peace. This time, you will walk in joy, not pain. This time, you will be welcomed, not used. This time, you will be chosen, not overlooked. This time, you will be celebrated, not tolerated, because this is your divine shift. This is your sacred rising. And no family wound, no bitter voice, no hidden lie can stop what heaven has already released. Keep your eyes on me. Don't go back to the places that broke you. Don't try to force what I freed you from. Don't chase the ones I exposed. You prayed for truth. You prayed for direction. And this was my answer. Not everything painful is punishment. Sometimes the greatest blessing is revelation. Sometimes protection looks like separation. And though it may sting, it also saves. I've rescued you again. And this time, I want you to remember it. I want you to rest in it. I want you to rejoice in it. Because your enemies didn't win. Because your destiny is still intact. Because you still belong to me. And what I have prepared for you is bigger than the betrayal. Deeper than the wound. Greater than the gossip. More beautiful than the story they tried to write for you. The chapter ahead is not one of pain, but of purpose. Not of suffering, but of shining. Not of loss, but of legacy. You've been faithful over the small. Now I'm about to make you ruler over more. Not for the spotlight, not for applause, but because I trust you. I trust your heart. I trust your spirit. I trust your yes. So, child, stand tall again. Breathe deeply again. Rest peacefully again. Because the war is over. The setup was stopped. The blessing is here. The angels are rejoicing. Heaven is clapping for your strength. And I am smiling over your life. Yes, you were broken, but I'm making you whole. Yes, you were weary, but I'm giving you new strength. Yes, you were misunderstood, but I'm speaking louder now. I'm letting the truth rise like the sun, bright, undeniable, healing. This is your time. This is your proof. This is your miracle moment. You've made it through what tried to bury you. And now, watch me bloom you in the very place they thought you were finished. Watch me reward you in front of those who doubted your worth. I am your Father. I am your defender. I am your Redeemer. And I will never abandon you. Now walk forward, with your head lifted, with your heart open, with your faith ignited. Because the battle was mine, and you already have the victory. Rest in that, beloved. The setup has been shut down. Your spirit is free. Your miracle is on the way. And I will never stop fighting for you. Ever. You are loved. You are chosen. You are protected. You are safe. And you are about to see why this season was never about the attack. It was about the awakening. Welcome to the beginning of your breakthrough. You didn't just survive what they tried to do. You overcame it without losing your soul. That is sacred. That is strength. That is proof of who you truly are. And now I'm calling you higher. I'm calling you higher. I'm calling you into rest, into beauty, into wholeness, into the life that was always meant for you. The one free of betrayal, free of manipulation, free of false masks and hidden envy. You deserve peace. You deserve joy that doesn't come with conditions. You deserve family, not just by blood, but by love, by loyalty, by truth. And I'm sending it. Your soul has cried out for something deeper. Something real. Something safe. And that is what heaven is pouring into your life now. Not just survival, but sacred restoration. Not just a patch over the pain, but true, divine healing. I am sending people into your life who will see you, who will protect your heart, not prey on it, who will speak blessings behind your back, not curses, who will lift your name in prayer, not drag it in gossip. And when they come, you'll know. Your spirit will recognize them, because you've been made new, because you're no longer the version of yourself who tolerated silent harm. You are wiser now, sharper now, more aligned now, more whole, and you are safe in me. You've been through a storm, child. A quiet storm, one that raged behind your eyes while you kept smiling, while you kept showing up, while you kept hoping. But I saw the waves. I walked on them to reach you. And now the storm is over. The water is calm. The sky is clear. Your ship didn't sink, because I was inside it. And now, it's time to sail forward, into new purpose, into a new season, into places they never thought you'd reach, because they thought the betrayal would break you. But I used it to build you. They thought the silence would crush you, but I used it to strengthen your voice. They thought the setup would stop you, but I used it as a divine setup for your promotion. You are not finished. You are just getting started, and I am not done showing you how deeply I care. This week, you'll feel my presence like never before. You'll see things turn around. You'll notice peace in places where you once felt anxious. You'll find answers to questions you've carried for years. Because this message isn't just a reminder. It's a release. It's an activation. It's a signal from heaven that your deliverance has arrived. I held you in the dark. Now I'm about to shine through you in the light, and the whole world will know it was me. It was always me. So, wipe your tears, lift your chin, straighten your crown, and prepare for the next chapter. The setup failed, the truth prevailed, the betrayal backfired, and your healing has begun. You're not who they said you were. You're who I created, chosen, covered, called, and unshakable in my love. Now breathe, child. You are safe. You are whole. You are rising, and heaven is celebrating you. You are my beloved. You always have been, and nothing, absolutely nothing, will ever change that. If you're still listening, that means your spirit was meant to hear every word. That means you are ready to let go, to move forward, to trust again, to believe again. And I will walk with you every single step. You will not walk alone. I go before you. I walk beside you. I carry you when you're tired. And I sing over you when the nights are long. Because you are mine. You are protected. And you are about to witness a miracle, a redemption, a reward you didn't even see coming. Stay faithful. Stay humble. Stay close. Because the pain is past, and the promise is here. I love you. I have always loved you, and I always will. Amen.